What up, G? This is Stone Parkles of Gaming coming at you with some news from Meet Your Maker. And apparently yesterday we had a bit of a Ask Me Anything from the Q&A team on the subreddit post Meet Your Maker game. Now, if you want to read some of these questions and answers yourself, go ahead and head on over to the Reddit page and you're going to be able to find them there. Let's go ahead and get into some of these questions. And the first question we're going to be covering right now is one that I was asking myself and have been asking ever since I started playing the game. Remaka1 asks, any plans for potentially allowing holocubes to look like other blocks / have a mod that makes it look like other blocks? Now the dev team responds, it was originally the plan. Turns out it's way more complicated than expected, so we had to go for a safer solution for now. That's something we'd like to revisit though. And again, anybody that's raided a handful of bases looks at the bedrock cubes as potential threats, maybe even a second wave, or just straight shooting at one of them just to see if it's gonna have a trap behind it or not. And getting into the next question here, and it's from someone that is well known by the YouTube community, specifically Dead by Daylight, and happens to play this game a little bit. Otzdarva asks, currently brutal hard outposts seem to be getting far less raids compared to other difficulties. My guess is that raiders want to avoid kill boxes and other huge hassles. Does your data confirm this? And if so, are there any plans to encourage raiders or builders to go for brutal outposts? Now the dev team answers, topical. So we've been digging into the data on this week. It seems the actual fact is that this is not the case. Well, not as obvious as you might think, but because the champion outpost is rated a lot, this changes the stats a bit. So the perceived reality is that a non-champion brutal outpost will get less raids than a champion. Now, what are they doing about that? Well, they respond by saying, we are thinking about tweaking the cadence of champion outposts in the brutal category to see if that means more fall on other brutal outposts. And we are also looking at the possibility of increasing the rewards on brutal outposts under Prestige 5. Now here's a little bit of an interesting one. Hugo's Coffee Empire asks, is there a plan to integrate the lore and story of the game more with the gameplay through events, a story mode, or other means that are not only limited to maybe integral gameplay, but might also be available in the Sanctuary? Now the dev team responds, as you can see in the codex, there is so much lore that we're excited to explore as we move forward, and we've got a ton of great ideas. It has definitely always felt right that the place to discover all this would be through the Sanctuary and the Chimera. We haven't got anything to announce right now, but for those who are interested in more of the lore, keep your eyes peeled for Dead Shore, where we will be exploring some new stories. Now on to the next question. I thought this one was kind of an interesting concept. Rated Husky asks, are there any future plans to add more secondary objectives, like keys to unlock doors, etc.? And the dev team responds, never say never, although preserving keys for post-apocalyptic doors is quite a challenge. They tend to get easily lost since the custodian armor don't have pockets. And another question that most people are probably wondering, will this game have events for different holidays such as Halloween or Christmas? If so, how will they work? The dev team responds, seasonal events and live or timed events are definitely aspects we're looking at and strongly believe they have potential to enrich the experience of a live game. Who's to say custodians don't celebrate holidays in the post-apocalyptic world? HRV and the Chimera probably would enjoy some festivities. And it looks like we're going to be wrapping it up here for today. That's all we're going to be covering. If you want to get into some of these questions and answers yourself and dive a little bit deeper into it, you can find it on the subreddit post Meet Your Maker Game. And with that being said, this is Stone with Park Hustle Gaming. Keep up the hustle.